And now, I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker. As one of the most decorated women's college and professional basketball players ever, what a privilege it is to welcome and introduce a woman who, in my view, doesn't really need an introduction. Angel McCoughtry was a 3-time WBCA All-American at the University of Louisville from 2007 to 2009. And in her senior season, she led Louisville to their first ever appearance in the NCAA title game. In April 2009, Angel was the first overall draft pick in the WNBA draft by the Atlanta Dream. She then embarked on one of the most prolific careers in WNBA history. She was named a 5-time All-Star, 6-time All-Star WNBA selection, as well as a 7-time member of the league's all-defensive team. On the offensive end, Angel was the WNBA's scoring champion in 2012 and 2013, and she remained with the Dream for 10 years before playing with the Las Vegas Aces for 2 years and the Minnesota Lynx in 2022. And just 2 years ago, Angel was named to the WNBA's 25th anniversary team as one of the top 25 players in league history. Let's give Angel a rousing Binghamton Bearcat welcome. Wow.
We gotta lift this mic. Let me see. Give yourselves another round of applause for being here. I know when you guys heard there was a basketball player named Angel coming to speak, I know you guys thought, Angel Reese! Well, you're stuck with me, okay? It's so funny that actually me and Angel Reese, I've known her since she was in 8th grade, and we go to the same high school. We went to the same high school. So I graduated in 2004, and now everybody's like, hey, you went to Angel Reese's high school. No, she went to my high school. But let's get started. I am an Olympian, yes, but all of you can be Olympians too by running your own race. So here are the keys to your gold medal. How do you run your own race and succeed? First, you want to ask yourself, who am I? Who are you? How do you find yourself? And what are the keys that make you happy? The things that make me happy: I love traveling. I love a cup of tea in the morning. I love watching the sunset, and I love watching the sunrise. I love being around my friends. I love to meditate, and I just enjoy laughter. You must learn yourself. Funny story. When I was at Louisville, I had an online class, and one of the football players, he had the class the semester before. And he had all the answers to the test I was supposed to take. We had the end of the year test. I said, hey, can I get those answers? Because you already had them printed out. He's like, sure. So I go, and I said, I'm going to miss 2 answers so I can get a 92. I was like, I'm a genius. You know, I'm not going to get 100 on it. So I'm called to the academic office the next day. And she's like, you studied really hard, huh? I said, yeah, I worked all night. You know, I got this 92 because I studied so hard. And she says, well, how did you finish 100 questions in 2 minutes? So I learned about myself early that cheating is not it, okay? Kids, do not do that. You find yourself by getting into that quiet place. That's how you learn yourself. The world is a loud place, and sometimes you can think better when you're alone. The answers will come to you. Sometimes a dream, it isn't when you're sleeping, but it's when you're awake in that quiet place. Write everything down, every idea that comes to your mind. Write it down before you forget. Nothing is too big or too small. I have my long-term goals, and I write down all my short-term goals. I write down what I'm going to accomplish for the week, and I write down what I want to accomplish in 5 years. I even have a dreams diary. I write down all my dreams. The ones I can remember, I write down the date, and I write down all my dreams, because I'll look back and I'll say, wow, that was a sign, or that helped me in life. So I would encourage you kids to make a dreams diary. It'll be really cool. You learn yourself also through experience. No one should ever be upset by any experience they've gone through in life. The goal is to learn from your mistakes, but to not keep falling into the same mistake over and over again. I remember Jim Carrey, he made a quote. He said, the thing we call failure, he said, people fail every day at things they don't love. So why not fail at things that you love? But to me, failure doesn't really exist. That thing that we call failure, does it not make you better? Does it not make you stronger? Does it not make you wiser? So is that really failure? So what are you afraid of? It's just the fear of failure, but it's just a figmentation of your imagination. It doesn't really exist. Adversity will come. We all have bumps in the road in life. But the key is to figure it out and to keep going. They say 80% of our thoughts are negative. And look at where you are. So imagine if you flip that and 80% of your thoughts were positive. How far along would you be? Some of you may feel pressure to succeed. Release that pressure off of you. You're already in the record books. Those of you who play sports, you're already there. Those of you who play in the NCAA, you're already in the record books just from playing for Binghamton. So take any pressure off of you. Defeat depression. How you defeat depression? You energize yourself. You talk to someone professionally or someone you trust. Try not to be so hard on yourself. That's the beauty of the game. My coach used to tell me, if basketball was perfect, it wouldn't be fun. That's what makes your sport fun, that it's not perfect, that you have to figure it out. Find some awesome adventures. Love who you are and love your gifts. Believe in yourself. I mean, really believe in yourself. You don't need anyone else's validation. I read an article that said 80% of Americans, they wake up and they hate what they do. And I read another article that said most heart attacks happen on Mondays. Well, why is that? That means because people are angry to get up on Monday and people don't like what they're getting up doing. That is not going to be you. You're going to wake up every day loving what you do. You're going to love Monday like you love Friday. Mental health. It's okay to tell your coach, hey, coach, I'm struggling today. I just don't feel it. It's okay to tell your teammates, hey, guys, I need an extra push. Don't be afraid to open your mouth. Don't keep everything inside. I know that I would tell my coach, he would write down a play, and I'm like, coach, that looks like hieroglyphics. Can you can we do the play? I'm a visual learner. I need to see it. And I was okay with that. So don't be afraid to open your mouths or ever tell anyone how you feel. Have awareness. Being aware. Are you aware of your surroundings? Before a game, Kobe Bryant, he would watch how the other team would warm up. He would watch the refs, what they're doing before the game. He would watch the angles that they're calling the game from so he could manipulate the angles and get the calls. So do you have that kind of awareness? What kind of people do you hang around? Are they beneficial to your life, or are they just excess baggage? Do they drain you? Are you aware of your surroundings, or are you just looking down on the phone? Because sometimes the universe, God, is giving you signs, but you're missing it because you're down on your phone. So have awareness. Trust your intuition. Your intuition is 99.9% correct. If you feel that something is off, something is off. If you're hanging around someone and they always give you a headache when you hang around them, that's your intuition letting you know that I need someone else to hang around. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Do not, and I'm going to repeat this one, do not, kids, compare yourself to others. Let me say it again. Do not compare yourself to others. I read a quote that said, there is no competition in life, only destination. Focus on where you need to go. I remember Oprah, she was saying that her producers were coming to her and they were saying, hey, we have all these new television shows coming out. What are we going to do? We got to do something different. She said, no, I'm not worried about what nobody else is doing. I'm focused on myself. I'm just focused on the Oprah show. Because she focused on herself, she became one of the best television shows ever. But here's the thing. When you compare yourself to others and you want what they want, that means you want their struggles too. That means you want their issues. Their issues and their struggles are not meant for you. Only your struggles are meant for you. That's your journey. So do not compare yourself to others. Be unapologetically you. There was a nurse who worked in hospice, and she wrote a book, and she asked everyone who was in hospice, like, what are some things you wish you would have done better in life? And most people said, I wish I would have been more true to myself. So that's for you. So be you, be unapologetically you, and don't compare yourself to other people. So today, I'm going to kick out the phrase, fake it till you make it. That does not exist anymore. Who even made that phrase? Fake it till you make it? No. You're going to be yourself, and you're still going to make it. So as you guys move into the business world, what are your passions? Whatever your passion is, you put your all into it, just like you do in sport. Your passion will do that for you. Just like in basketball, I never knew, just by playing basketball at age 8 in Baltimore, Maryland, that it would take me as many places as it did. I never knew that I would be an Olympian, that I could stand on the podium and get a gold medal around my neck. But just that passion of playing the game. Now I'm sitting here in front of you. I'm in front of 800 people speaking about my experience just because of what the passion took me. And it can take you places too if you have a passion for it. What you put into it, it's going to give it back to you threefold. So what you put into your passion, it's going to come back to you 3 times as more. It has for me. I remember I got injured, and I wasn't able to work and play basketball because I had torn my ACL. But guess what? People kept calling me to do jobs for them, speaking engagements, or come on TV and commentate just because they saw the hard work I put into basketball, and I didn't even pick up a ball. So I promise you, what you put into it will come back threefold. As you get into the business world, here are some keys for you. Research everything there is about the business or the product. I like to read stories about people in that field to see what they went through and how they overcame and how they became successful. Find a mentor, someone in that field that you can talk to and learn from. Just like in sports, you can create a good team around you. Try to find loyal people who also believe in your vision. I read something that said most businesses fail because people steal money from the business. That means you have to have a good team around you and maybe go cashless. Companies, this is very important for you kids. Companies want to hire people who played sports. I told you guys were already in the record books. Just because you played sports, companies want to hire you. How important is that? Do you want to know why? Because you guys already understand what it's like to be in a team-like environment. You already get it. You know what it's like through adversity because you guys have to figure out ways to win. So just you being here, just you playing sports, companies want to hire you. You guys already won. Leadership. As companies want to hire you and as you become business people and business women, what is your leadership skills? How are you in a team-like setting? Do you listen to others? Do you gain the respect of your peers? I will admit, I was not always the best leader. When the games got tough, I would yell at my teammates. I would get frustrated. But I remember Coach Walls at Louisville told me, he said, the reason why you get so frustrated with your teammates, he said, is because you think they can do everything you can do. And I was like, they can, Coach. He said, look around. And that's where we go back to awareness, right? Being aware. And I started looking. I said, okay, she's not as athletic as me, but she can shoot the lights out. She can hit those threes. She's not a good offensive player, but her defense and her tenacity. But that's what made everybody special, that none of us were the same. And I remember I was in the gym shooting. I used to go in the gym late at night, at midnight, and shoot the basketball. And my coach, he said, do you want to go to a Final Four? I said, yes, that's my dream. He said, you want to go to the national championship game? I said, yes, please. He said, get your teammates in here with you. I said, really? I started pulling my teammates in, coming in late with me, and I started figuring out how to talk to each teammate. I started to become a better leader. I knew that I could yell at her because that would bring out the best in her. I knew she was shy, so I had to put my arm around her and encourage her more. I became so good as a leader and so good at my awareness that I even knew if something was wrong with my teammates, if they had outside personal issues going on. Hey, let's talk. I can see you're going through something. That's the kind of leadership you need to have. And that's how I became a better leader. That's called learning your personnel. Always remember that on your journey for your gold medal, we don't feel like getting up every day, working hard like we do. But what made me an Olympian is that I do it anyway. I don't always feel like getting up, working so hard. You're human, it happens. But I do it anyway. That's what made me an Olympian. And then once you reach the top of the ladder and you gain success, remember to give back. Become a mentor just like someone mentored you. Become a coach. Coach someone just like someone coached you. Give someone advice just like someone did you. I know that you guys are going to do great things in this world. Congratulations on your gold medal to life. And I'm going to leave you with this last saying by the famous Martin Luther King Jr. He said, if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep going. Thank you guys so much.